Cameron Diaz revisits the R-rated raunchy comedy that made her so famous about 15 years ago in There's Something About Mary. How did she fare this time? Was it a hit or a miss? Hello there everybody, I'm movie critic Iacobucci, here as always for RealScreenReviews.com, happily joined by my lovely returning guest critic, Debbie DeAngelo. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
And our next film is Bad Teacher. It opened up on Friday, June 24th, 2011, and it features the aforementioned Cameron Diaz, along with Jason Segel and Justin Timberlake. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my guest critic to tell us about Bad Teacher.
Bad Teacher, Cameron Diaz. She plays a really bad teacher.
Yes, she most certainly does.
She's a drunken, pot-smoking, foul-mouthed teacher whose engagement to a really wealthy man is broken off. It falls through. So she's forced to stay in the teaching field, unfortunately, for her students. And while she's at school, she has her sights set on another teacher played by Justin Timberlake because he comes from a very wealthy family. And,
well, she's like kind of a gold digger. Well, I'm going to say, now normally I try to guess whether or not Debbie liked or disliked the movie. I'm going to say it's just a matter of how much you dislike this movie.
Absolutely. Bad Teacher, worst movie.
Oh, listen, let me tell you that I think that this isn't only one of the worst movies of the year, this is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. This is just a terrible movie, and right off the bat I would ask you, who is this movie made for? I mean, it might be made for like 13-year-old boys, but this movie's rated R, so they're not allowed to go see this movie. It's just, listen, I think this teacher should be in a jail cell, I think, is what she should be.
You know what? I couldn't connect with the teacher because I think they made her so unredeemable that you could not identify her on any level.
Oh, at all.
Identify with her on any level. And throughout the movie you think, oh, okay, well, you know, she's gonna be uplifted, there's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel.
No, and I'll tell you, I actually was, when I was taking my notes, okay, let's see if I can get this. She steals, she drinks alcohol in class while she's teaching, or while she's supposed to be teaching. She smokes pot in the building with other teachers.
And on the class trip, I think.
Yeah, she impersonates a state official, she steals tests, she cheats, she blackmails somebody. I mean, this person should be in a prison, she should not be teaching. And I'll tell you, it tries to compare itself to the wonderful School of Rock with Jack Black, but this movie never even comes close to that. That movie had heart and feeling and spirit and was redeeming, and this movie is just absolutely none of those things.
And the other thing I did not like about this movie was the fact that they portrayed educators like insipid idiots.
Yes, absolutely. Every one of them.
Except for maybe the gym teacher. He
was the only redeeming part of this film.
And I kind of liked his
Jason
character.
Segel. Yeah, I agree. He was actually the only redeeming part of this entire movie. It was really awful.
They portrayed teachers as blooming idiots from Peoria, you know? And there's just nothing I liked about it.
I think it was just absolutely a complete, absolute misfire. I think one of the signature scenes, one of the scenes that they promoted on television was the car washing scene, and I thought she basically exploited herself, and I didn't see any kind of I don't know. There was nothing positive about this. No, there was nothing positive or purposeful about this film at all. You know, I wonder, you know, what college did this person graduate from? Because, I mean, the only thing she even wanted to do was marry a wealthy man, and she was just a gold digger. I mean, there's really, like you said earlier, I can't agree with you more when I say there's just really nothing about this person that's redeeming enough to even sympathize with on any level whatsoever.
And the humor was so raunchy.
You know, and honestly, I did laugh a little bit because of some of the stuff they said was kind of shocking, but. And I'm nitpicking. It was just a terrible waste of time.
So how many stars?
I am actually, now only because I say I didn't see the microphones hanging from the ceiling, and you know, I didn't see the camera crew in the mirrors and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it 1/2 of 1 star and say that as of this moment, it has overtaken Green Lantern as so far as my worst pick of the year.
Dead on. I'm giving a 1/2 star also.
Yeah. I mean, for the fact that there was some jokes, I mean, some one-liners that worked, and like I said, there was the gym teacher, and there's really just not much else, is there?
No, I don't.
Well, we're right on line. Yeah, very unusual. But I really think that there was no other way to go. Anybody that has any kind of intelligence isn't gonna like this film at all. Well, thank you for being here, even though it seems like the purpose of the review seems to have been a waste of her time. But thank you for being here on Real Screen Reviews. And remember, people, we're not always right, but only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.